Back at the Brickyard, let's take you to the grid. Let's show you how they line up. You heard Scott talk about the incredible speed of Casey Stoner, and there it is. It's the fastest ever lap turned around the Indy road course on a MotoGP bike. Ben Spies in perfect position. He's been faster than his world champion teammate Jorge Lorenzo all weekend.
And a great effort by Colin Edwards, the American. 1.2 off, but really a good, strong showing for him. And Nicky Hayden, we talked about Nick. Found a little something this morning. The temperature's coming back out, get a little bit warmer, so we don't know if he'll lose what he found this morning, but he'll be giving it all he's got.
Look at the margins. Cal Crutchlow, 1.7 seconds slower than pole, and he's 0.6 of a second slower than his teammate, the Texas Tornado, Colin Edwards. And you don't normally see this. Valentino Rossi back in 14th place with a huge workload ahead today.
It's been a real tough season for him. It's amazing. 9-time world champion right now, finding himself buried that far back in the pack is unheard of.
We couldn't ask for a more gorgeous day here in Indiana to go MotoGP racing at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. There is a really good crowd on hand, as Ralph mentioned earlier, and here he is, the 2007 world champion Casey Stoner. His return this year to Honda. Last time he was on a Honda, it was not a factory machine like this beautiful Repsol Honda that he is on now. He's right at home. He brought his team from Ducati across, and he's in command of this championship. What can Bike 11 do, though? The Texan, Ben Spies, keep an eye on him. Ready to go in the Brickyard. MotoGP is underway. Lorenzo got a good start. Spies got bogged down a little bit. Stoner from pole heads him in, and Pedrosa goes around the outside.
Yeah, this is kind of the same thing that happened to Laguna. Ben Spies got off the line good, but then when he goes to the next gear or something, he didn't get a great start. Nicky Hayden's up in there. Nice move by him.
Super start, Nicky Hayden on the Ducati. From 8th, he's up into 4th. And the crowd will be screaming for him. Go, Nicky, go! Oh, and there's an awkward moment there for Spies. He tangled with Dovizioso.
Spies is racing pretty much that right now. He's had a real rough 3 corners right there. Way back now. He's got it all to do again, but Jorge Lorenzo, he's a quick starter, and he knows how to race hard.
Pedrosa, Lorenzo, Stoner, Hayden. What a dynamic start from Nicky.
Awesome start by Nicky. What they found this morning definitely helped. They were having issues with confidence in the front end of that motorcycle and have a good feel from it. This is a tricky track right now. Slippery out there, too. Leaving a lot of marbles offline.
His Ducati teammate, Valentino Rossi, has made a good start, and he's already up the inside of Cal Crutchlow. Simoncelli putting the pressure on. He's looking for a move on Nicky, and thinks again on the opening lap.
We see some of the desperate moves Simoncelli's made this year. Let's hope it doesn't happen to Nicky Hayden, and he can hold him off. But he looks pretty strong, and Nicky looks to be losing ground to Stoner already.
Take your minds back 2 weeks ago to Brno in the Czech Republic. Danny Pedrosa set the pole. It was his first and only one of the year. Was leading and threw it away. Fell off the bike and walked away, walked out of the circuit. Talking with his team, Mark Boyd and the boys, they said they checked the telemetry. He was just pushing way too hard.
That's what happens sometimes when he's out front. You know, you just kind of put your head down. But right now he's doing it again. Can he stay on it? These are tricky conditions. The track's slippery. It's not consistent. It's spots that's slicker than others. And like I said, the racing line's very narrow with all the marbles and the green racetrack that we have here. So getting a good start is very important.
Well, Pedrosa is enjoying a clear track ahead up front, and Nicky Hayden made up 4 spaces very quickly. What a nightmare for Ben Spies. He's gone from the front row to 9th at the end of the first lap. He's got work to do.
He did. It's got real busy on him in turn 4 back there on the first lap, and he just makes a move. And there goes Stoner up the inside of Lorenzo. Not going to make that move right now.
Thought about it. He's evaluating where he can make the move on Lorenzo. Simoncelli on Hayden. This time he sneaks through.
That was a tough move right there, but he had to make it move. You can see the leaders getting away already. Felt Nicky was holding him up, and Nicky lost 2 spots in that exchange.
He's a former 250 world champ. He's been a little bit controversial in MotoGP. Casey Stoner said he thinks it's a contact sport. I don't like to ride that way. The problem is, whether you think it or not, and if you've ever seen and heard a MotoGP bike up close, they're loud. But the rider's safety can't actually hear them. You don't know until you see the front wheel and the guard and the fairing out of your peripheral vision. So that's why Simoncelli, kind of a stalker, just what he did there. He comes up the inside and bang.
Sneak attack right there, and he made it work with Nicky. Now can he make any inroads? And he's gotten passed by Dovizioso already, too. So he's on a move on the Repsol Honda.
Hanging off the side of the bike, Stoner trying to mount a challenge to Jorge Lorenzo. Look at Danny. Pedrosa's got a handy margin over the reigning world champ. And here comes the pole man and world champion leader. Stoner through into second. Repsol Honda 1-2.
Made that pass look pretty easy right there, Lee. That's Honda's definitely got some horsepower. Definitely got top speed on the Yamaha, and it showed right down there on the long straightaways. They tip it into turn 2 right here. Turn 2, 3, got to be right, and 4 especially as you drive off onto this straightaway, heading down to turn 5.
The Americans, Hayden is 6th, Edwards is 8th, and Ben Spies is 9th. Simoncelli has gained ground on Lorenzo. This could easily be a 3-bike battle very shortly.
Lorenzo's been struggling all weekend. We've seen him way down the order. He slipped up into the 3rd spot for the start and the qualifying, but unlike him all weekend, so he's having to fight to do what he's doing, and Simoncelli's going to try to get him soon.
You can see on the graphic ladder on the left there that Ben Spies has got by Colin Edwards for 8th place. He's got a lot of ground to catch up, and he's got to do it quickly. Alvaro Bautista there on the Suzuki, the blue bike in the middle, is the one that's fighting with Ben Spies. Here comes Rossi. He just keeps checking him off one at a time. Hector Barbara trying to go with him.
Spies is going to get around real quick right here on Bautista if he can. That Suzuki continues to get better in the last 3 races. We've really seen him come on. But right now, Ben Spies has really put himself in a bad spot. A couple of mistakes early on the first lap, and that's really his race right there. You can't afford to let the caliber of rider that are up front get that far out on you.
Paul Denning is thrilled with the turnaround in form of Alvaro Bautista. Now, he should have had a top 6 finish